Hi everyone, I'm Airier, and today we're going to be watching If the Emperor Had a Text-to-Speech Device. This is podcast episode 2, and I've seen the previous 2 podcasts. They're downright hilarious, and I love every second of them. They get into the lore, but they also just go to town and having some really funny interactions and playing off all the things they do live. They're just mistakes, and it's fun to watch. That said, this episode is specifically about Dorne's Angry Boys, the Black Templars, and at the game shop I play at, there's a guy who knows I do this stuff, and he's just saying I should really get to this episode as fast as possible because there's things coming, and he will not tell me what, because spoilers. So I am really kind of excited because it sounds like this is going to be one of the craziest episodes ever, and I'm just being tempted with a good time here, so I just want to jump right into it. You guys know the drill. There is a link down below to the original video. Make sure to hit up because Bruva Alpha Busa, hey, I think I finally said his name right, is amazing. We kind of knew that. If you're here by now, you know that. Do that. And let's get started. I don't recognize the tune, but I know it's String Storm. I started going to his channel just listening to everything he does. It's just really good. A lot of different tunes he made on his own, too. Outside of TTS.
Attention,
Almost redder this time. Whoa, okay, the flashing.
Beyond. This Voxcast publique is designated Alpha Prioris. Continue your
Okay, I'm not gonna lie, the flashing is...
But listen
that's hard to watch.
Very important announcement. Thought for the day. Even the fact that we have to come up with thoughts for you like this shows just how inept and mindless you sheeple are. Start thinking for yourselves, why don't you? You have
In the Emperor,
brain.
really?
Make your thoughts, you Vox brain parasites. But
Okay, what the hell is going on?
too much.
Are they being hacked?
They'll end you up in heresy jail.
That was
class.
that was literally
It is
difficult to
I,
watch with the
Professor
flashing.
Emperor.
It's like
I
a
am
strobe
here
light.
today to talk to you about hatred.
What?
Everyone experiences hatred at some point.
Isn't that
in
literally
their
like the
life, whether they embrace it
kind of
or actively try
normal
to
state of
avoid it.
existence for most people in the
In
Imperium?
fact, the 41st millennium is a perfect breeding ground for hatred.
See?
In this age, the Imperium is like a giant cesspool of deranged dolphins ripping out one another's blowholes with their razor-fitted willies. And how can one expect anything less?
I do not
These
want that image in my
dolphins know
head.
nothing but hate. They see each other as repulsive dolphinations that deserve murder.
Dolphinations, oh
and
my
only
God.
murder. A sea dolphin looks to a river dolphin and goes, "No,
There's river
stop.
dolphins?
You look like a vacuum-extracted pterodactyl fish. Stop existing right now." And then proceeds to kill him.
I mean,
in
that's
cold
literally
blood.
most of
That is
40k,
the
yeah.
Imperium today, and it is awful because river dolphins are actually great. Trust me, I am a professor, and this shit is peer-reviewed through 7 hells of Codex and back.
You know, he probably is.
What's a doll?
Oh yeah, because they don't have water
Shut up,
anymore.
boy! Everyone knows what a dolphin is. It is a hateful life form. Just like you, boy.
Oh yeah, I
Just
forgot he
like
hates
you.
the boy for some
Stop
reason.
being such a hater.
Silence. I advise you halt your mouth and carefully consider the words you use when speaking to this boy, Shield Captain.
Defending the hater,
Oh, that's his title?
are we? Unsurprising.
Honestly,
He's
I thought he
not
was
the
just
only
a
hateful little shit
warden.
you've sired, you fuzzy Dolbin sympathizer.
Where did
Did he get a
Sorry
shotgun?
to interject, but honestly, I don't know what a dull bit is either. Would be nice if our glorious overlord could provide some
The
context
snark.
for the words he uses now and again. But that's neither here nor there, is it?
Who cares? This whole Doblins parable is just another one of our Emperor's glorious segues, really. It
Not wrong.
shouldn't take you this much time to wrap your brain loads around it.
Terrorists, what crawled up your collective bowels and self-terminated?
The entire Dublin throne, most likely.
Stop that right now, mister!
I thought it was a goblin throne.
What I wanted to get
Oh, that's
to
a joke.
was the
It's
following.
changing it out.
To deal with my Imperium's incessant hatred, we first need the definitive poster boys of said hatred examined, because the Imperium has poster
Oh,
boys
there's
for
so
everything.
many.
Oh, perfect. I can only guess who these boys on posters might be.
I normally think Black
Could
Templars
you
because that's their
hazard a
episode,
guess,
but it could
Adorable?
literally be anyone.
Could you guess
Inquisition.
who they might be? Could you
already gone, mostly.
fathom who they might be? Come on, give me a guess. Hazard the most basic, fathomable guess. give a guess as to whom they could.
Oh my! Did you
I
shoot
could.
the shotgun?
I totally could. Totally.
So we are
He's
talking
earning
about
the
Black
shotgun to
Templar
the
Space
face.
Marine chapter today. The Imperium of Men's definitive poster boys for hatred and anger.
Oh, that's funny. Yep, yes, yeah, that's actually what I was gonna guess. Who called it? I did. I totally did. Did you call it too, Adorable? I'm sure you did.
Get out
Lord
of this
Adorable.
palace. Well,
That was a weak segue.
Oh, hold on. You dare call our can't believe he's not holy emperor's segue weak?
quiet.
We are only a few minutes in,
And they're
I am
trying to
already
murder
feeling
each
a giga
other.
headache coming on from this constant squabbling. To get to the point, we have with us the Black Templars Codex, which is one of a kind, with no previous or subsequent versions
Really?
as far as we know.
Even though there was a Black Templars Codex.
Here it is.
The reason for discussing this Space Marine chapter in particular is because of their distinct resemblance to a sentient slaughter train derailing and taking out all nearby bystanders up to and including poor little Jimmy. Their certifiable insanity would make GOG Van Dyer stop high pumping his servitor for 1/16th of a nanosecond just so he could tell them to calm their shit down.
Oh,
Their
God.
butchery can be likened to an angry world and its efficient marmalizing of its choice crop. I would love to say this is a good thing, but their traitor to innocent marmalizing ratio is about as cute as the nutritional value of a civilian relief ration.
I have no idea what that
Even
means.
The White Scars would be able to keep up with the ultra-rapid crackdown these Marines conduct on Imperial folks born with heterochromia, or 1 less than the galactic average. Whatever genetic deviation you might have is not to be tolerated at all ever. So watch
So basically
out.
they
Bonus angry
are-
boys in black
what?
here. And if your navel protrudes
Oh
just
God,
a
they're
bit,
super
you are
racist then.
permanently on the marm list, you disgusting freak.
Father, please stop.
Oh, because
This
they're based on his
embarrassment is
chapter.
Too severe.
It's also poisoning the well pretty thoroughly from the get-go.
Hey ho, I am just stating the science facts here. The pure burning hatred they carry for those they perceive as deviants has to be tempered.
And how would you go about,
Killing them all?
fixing them, sir?
I happen to have calculated that the best possible course of
Kill
action
them
is
all?
to rip a single Black Templar of great importance away from their eternal crusade and throw him in here for an anger management class.
Oh God!
No, that is an awful idea.
You got emotion out,
Maybe the
Rogel.
worst idea.
No, it is not. I came up with it and peer reviewed it.
Whom did you happen
Who's
to
the
have on
peer?
hand to possibly be
Don't
your
say Zinch.
peer in discussing this?
Your mother.
A test tube?
Father, you know that a tube is an untrustworthy source for professional proofreading.
Do not speak of your mother like that, you ungrateful garbage brat.
Anyway,
Oh,
considering
God.
the untrusting nature of the Templars, this could have an adverse effect on the Voxcast session, I would say.
We really don't want to repeat the last session.
I want a
Was that
repeat of last session.
disaster?
I do not think it was that bad.
Oh, sure. Only had to bombard a few orbital plates. Only like 4 or 5. Collateral damage only rose into the millions. Nothing.
Oh yeah, because they brought the Chaos guy in, and he was the one defending him
guess.
before he dropped in.
At least if you
Also,
were
I
to
heard that they
compare
actually
it to
talked to the
Black
writer of
Templar's
that short
daily
story to get him
slaughter
accurate.
count. Hey, Dornable. Fun fact.
Dornable.
Did you know they once carried out 14 different sub-crusades throughout Segmentum Solar at the same time? The kill count was crazy.
Shut
Oh my
your
God!
mouth.
And suddenly, why he doesn't speak makes more sense.
About
Doesn't want to swear at them constantly.
It's not like the defense platforms were destroyed. Also, do you realize how insane Terran birth rates are?
No.
No matter how big the loss of
Big
life
or
was,
small?
we'll be up to our previous number in a matter of hours.
Sure. They were expendable. of
Damn.
course, as all humans are, unless they're dressed up in copious amounts of gold.
That is
Alright,
basically
when
40K,
did
yeah.
you all become such passive-aggressive jerks?
When did they not?
Ironic. Who are you referring to, though? Me?
To be fair, he's not passive aggressive. He's aggressive,
No,
aggressive
the two
jerk.
of you. Our glorious overlord did not send the bombardment order. You did. You didn't even consider just telling them to stop having opinions. You are the Doblins.
I find orbital bombardment to be the most effective way of stopping dumb opinions, personally.
I mean, it
That's
does
something
sort of
me and
work,
the Black
except for the part where it
Templars could
doesn't.
agree on, I'm sure.
No, the Templars prefer murdering the innocent in close quarters combat. If you're going to be committing acts of mass homicide, you can at least have the common decency to whip out your halberds.
Phrasing.
Stop bickering. You'd help some baby oil. I, Professor Emperor, having an impressive service record with public relations, can attest to the fact
Oh, no,
that
no,
inviting
did he
a Black
really-
Templar
oh,
is a
God.
good idea. Do
Public
me a
relations,
favor,
my
and
ass.
while you are up at buckets,
Father, please, could you not summon a representative from another chapter? Most chapters in the galaxy use the concept of hatred as the core of their philosophies. You have plenty of options, and there are most certainly more hateful chapters out there.
That is why I sent out a quick scientific survey to all Space Marine chapters I could come across.
Did
asking
Bruva
which
Alpha Busa
chapter
actually put out a
thought
survey
embodied
asking
the
people?
concept of pure hatred the best. The Black Templars came out on top with 50% of the votes.
I did not know that, and I'm kind of just a little disappointed I missed that.
Who came in second place?
Are you familiar with the Marines' Malevolent chapter?
Sort of.
Something named Malevolent was
Studies
less.
show that GC DAT times deviate from its standard template designs, resulting in abnormalities such as defective organs, bodily protrusions, or changes in skin color.
Like what? Red?
Lovely protrusions.
Duly noted.
probably
Implanting
based on
a ring
Magnus
with the
then.
Malevolence gene seed results in a serrated, glass-like fiber growing in the murky interiors of the Marine's hindquarters.
They have a glass stick up their ass.
With his every movement, this unequivocally
They
leaves
literally
the
have a glass
Marinator
stick up their
healthy
ass.
individual for the rest of his service, providing him a life of constant booty bother.
Oh my god!
Citation needed.
Quiet.
Oh my god, I want that to be
Like
true. I want that to be true.
For the analgesics industry.
What's an NLG?
Shut it, boy!
Why does he
I
hate the
find
boy?
that
Oh
chapters
yeah,
who voted
because
in
the Emperor
this
showed him
survey are
favor.
confusing hatred embodied for hated by everyone. The Marines Malevolent do not hate as much as they are simply hated, mostly for stealing war gear and killing civilians.
Like
But
most of the other
if
guys?
you want to invite a
kind of a
Malevolent here
thing.
instead, I would be more than happy. We could punch his face in together. It would be wholesome.
Oh
family
my
fun.
god. Have you met your
Looky
dad?
here, I
He's
found a
terrible.
survey. Black Templars on top,
And
followed by
he's
the
just
Marines
going
Malevolent,
complete
Flesh
ass.
Terrors, Carcharodon Astra, Minotaurs, Doom Eagles, Red Scorpions, Iron Hands, Angry Marines?
Angry Marines?
The angry, really?
I
The
can see
homebrew
them
Alpha
being a thing. What with
Alpha
the-
Busa did. Oh my god.
Ever heard of the Bone Knives chapter? Yeah, that's a thing.
Is that
I
really a
tried
thing?
looking further into this anchored Marine chapter, but I was constantly redirected to
I want
the
that to
Black
become canon
Templars for
somehow.
some reason. Not sure what that is all about.
Maybe it's a popular synonym made up by people who didn't know the actual name of the chapter.
I have a suggestion. How about we make an episode about silly Space Marine chapter names, instead of covering
All of
the
them?
Black Templars, along with some malevolent punchings on the side.
Why
I
does he
want
wanna
to
punch
talk
them?
about the Rainbow Warriors.
Professor Emperor is detecting
Probably real.
notable changes in the atmosphere with high levels of spoiled garbage whining coming in from the Dorn coast.
Just out of curiosity, could you please inform me as to why you are so insistent on not covering the Black Templars?
Really, dude? What is that sound?
I am not close to prepared for a meeting with my wayward sons. This is too much to ask.
Oh, this would be the first time in the series, even though he's alive.
Please don't force him to do what he doesn't want to do.
Oh,
Did
please.
Boy just talk back to a
Remember when you
custodian?
forced me to discuss the meeting I had with the last priest on Terra in front of my entire Imperium.
Yeah,
Without
that's a
being
good point.
Prepared in the least, not to mention that I had also actively suffered over 10,000 years of mental degradation. Do tell me you remember this.
Yes.
Good.
This
Then
is
we
payback,
are
isn't it?
Stevens, so fuck you. I shall now summon the chapter master of the Black Templars.
Father, it is a known fact that grip pressure is not measured in mass per square area. It is measured in force per square area.
Why does that matter?
What?
I have no idea what that has to do with anything at all ever.
I am telling you that you were wrong in your assessment concerning pressure in the last Voxcast. I did not want to say anything at the time, but I feel it fitting to bring it up now.
What?
If you remember, you made a rudimentary mathematical mistake when you spoke of Angron's inability to read books.
Oh my god, really? I
It
don't
was
even
quite
remember that
silly.
joke.
But, while I cannot fault you for making but a single error, this was only one of many. You proved without a doubt that you are fully capable of being in the wrong. Even while debating
Dorn
the
is
cultist
going
priest,
brutal.
you were barely making sound arguments. A shock to someone such as me, who has seen you convince entire armies to surrender arms only using haikus.
Stop
That's actually
speaking
impressive.
such rot, you uncultured piglet. I used Senryu, not haikus.
Speech does not
I don't know what
rot,
Senryu is.
but your mind seems to have. You should carefully consider your next actions. And perhaps listen to your son for once.
Technically, all
Stop fighting.
4 of those guys would count.
Sorry, son. Chances are you were in the right. But that does not mean I am now in the wrong.
He admitted he was wrong?
Things change. You simply do not see the bigger
That's just
picture
weird.
as of yet.
What?
How does any of what you just said excuse your inadequate fervor in debating the religious? Or your apparent lack of knowledge about a basic engineering principle?
Oh, yeah, the mass.
You were in the wrong, Father. None of what you said excuses that. And neither would it excuse you summoning yet another fanatic into these halls.
One who might be
There
more
is
likely to
nothing to
kill
excuse
everyone.
for it
Oh
has been
god, the
decided
Chaos
I was
Priest
not
is
wrong
less
in the
likely to
first
kill
place.
everyone.
Oh, goodness gracious.
You seem to forget exactly what I am capable of. Your cold hatred for all things just outside your narrow perception blinds you from seeing the massive wrongdoings slapping you in the face. You may not notice them, but they are always there, consecutively slapping against your fuzzy chins, like flabby pork fillets.
The irony!
Make it
Oh
sound
my
like you
god,
were
how did you manage to get that in one
the galaxy
take?
itself just to be in the right.
Why would I need to know the science when the science itself is but an extension of my will?
As ridiculous as can be.
You know, if he becomes a Chaos God, that actually might be a literal
So,
statement.
Does that mean pressure is measured in mass per square area now just because?
Pressure is measured in amount of hatred you have for life and the universe, per square area.
So part of the Necrons are pretty heavy
Hatred
then.
is abstract and cannot be measured by traditional means. Actually, you know what? Never mind.
Did you notice the wrongdoings, Rogel?
No.
Sure you didn't. Now, Professor Emperor is curious to see how the Black Templars measure up.
Badly.
I will be putting on my helmet now. Bye.
For science.
What?
Oh,
What was that slurping sound?
Welcome, Black Templar. Do not be frightened.
You think you'd realize where he's at yet?
Alright, scratch fragment. You are just mad. Stop being
You
mad.
sure he's not an angry Marine?
Speaking. What vile monotone simulacrum of the glorious human voice is
I just want to see him just shit himself when he
I'm
realizes he's
asking
talking
that.
down to the
Holy
Emperor.
shit, you sound like you have gargled rockcrete and lost a cash for the better part of a
Yeah!
Who are you, skeleton?
Does he even not? Does he not know who the Emperor is?
Under control.
This whole guess thing never works out, does it?
I know what you are. You are a bunch of fucking witches.
So he's explicitly can't be.
Whores.
Okay, that's actually more accurate.
Albrecht, High Marshal of the Black Templars, shall
Sounds like
be
he has a lisp.
your undoing. You will die.
I put the stories against
pity,
Mayday.
No remorse. No fear.
No sense!
Dare deliver death threats to the man emperor of mankind? You will pay for this treachery, you snooty, snot.
Kinda surprised Rogel wasn't stepping in.
You eggplant scum.
Calm down.
Is he unable to get his anger up?
My emperor.
You are Helbrecht, High Marshal of the Black Templars.
He looks so distorted, it's hilarious.
Yes, I am, my lord. Helbrecht, that is I.
My child, I brought you here so you could aid me with something. Are you interested?
Anything, my lord. I will do anything.
Good. First of all, you need to devour a fruit basket's worth of throat.
Oh,
Because
jeez.
you just straight up sound like a goblin.
Yes, yes. I will eat all the tablets in the galaxy for you. All of them. None will be spared.
Damn, that's rough to listen to.
My eardrums are bleeding.
It does sound like a goblin now I think
need
about
you
it.
to answer me some questions
So
concerning
there
your
somewhere
Black
goblin slayers going,
Templars.
Goblin!
Oh,
Space Goblin!
of course. I will answer all questions.
Kinda surprised they didn't change out
I am
Rogel for a
honored
variant with
beyond
the Centurion
belief
helmet.
to have been chosen to answer the God Emperor's own questions concerning our eternal crusade.
Nope.
Alright, please be quiet.
Well,
by Zoas.
Did he really just do
Balls,
wah
what is
like
this
Luigi?
noise?
Sorry, wah
These
Luigi.
tones are making my thighs dry.
I have never been more horrified.
Ah!
Get this man summer bolty and a couch to lay on.
Serfs, you heard him.
This is the worst thing I have ever experienced.
Yeah.
Punch every single Sigismund I can come across. My feet are quivering with rage, and this helmet smells of sulfur.
Sulfur?
Am I to lie on this leather-wrapped pedestal?
Without murdering someone, yes.
It's called a couch here on Terra.
I see.
They're literally lying him down. Oh god, they're giving him therapy.
It is not fashioned from stone. Why?
But because it's a couch.
Why?
It's supposed to be comfortable.
Stone is a stronger material.
Not really, it shatters and then you
Consider
can't
making
fix
your
it.
next couch out of stone.
Wow.
Are you at the very least comfortable?
What is comfort?
How dare he?
Okay, it is a good
I think
thing
it's
I
just
do
a matter of time
not
until Rogel kills him.
My emperor, apathy for the weak-willed is strength. None shall feel comfort until your will is done.
Please stop
But you're
shouting.
explicitly
I am
not doing his
shouting.
will.
I am but
that's why
exercising
he's
the
not feeling
might
comfort.
of my vocal cords, emperor.
No, you're not.
Listen here. I am to talk to you about the concept of hatred. Did you know that your Black Templars are the top-ranking embodiments of pure hatred amongst all loyal Space Marines?
Of course! I am honored, Emperor! We exemplify your burning hatred for the alien, the mutant, and the heretic, and we kill them in your
Yeah,
name
stop doing that.
all the time! Hatred is a gift granted to us by you, as pure
more of a corn
and
thing.
holy
Oh.
as every other aspect of your divine being.
Refrain from projecting your disturbing Templar fantasies onto me, please. And also your spittle.
How long
if you
until
can
he
help
just
it.
you're
breaks
being
out? There's
super
no way
creepy
Lord
and
Adorable
weird.
would stand this too long.
We are talking about you now, Hellwrecked. Having said that, do you ever consider if your hatred might have you end up making some regrettable decisions?
Nope.
I see now.
No, you don't.
This is a test of my purity.
Told ya.
The fuck it is.
I can assure you, my emperor, I regret nothing.
Oh, my porcelain!
What?
Cup shards in my eyes.
Come
Ooh.
on, stop whinging and wear a helmet, sir.
That was
Oh, yeah, they are wearing
perfectly
helmets.
constructed cup for beverages, Sigismund.
No! Do not listen to that eggplant small person. Your face is your shield. Hate your wound, and it will cease to exist.
No, it won't. Well, faith is a thing, so yeah, maybe.
Can't see.
Alright, shit, Hellwrecked, listen. This is an intervention.
Oh, yes. I am quite adept at interventions. I am ready to
Not
intervene
that
in the
kind.
lives of all aliens, mutants, and heretics, and marmalize their disgusting
Marmalize?
innards.
Oh, that's fun.
What do they
Boy,
do with?
okay,
Oh
Let
god.
us go through the functions of this stupid chapter of yours.
I can't tell if
Ready
I'm
the
laughing or
Codex.
terrified. Both? Let's go with both.
It is prepared.
Good. Start off with the basics of Dorn's Angry Boys and just why their pressure measures as
Dorn's
high as the
Angry
Hive
Boys.
City
They're
spire
actually
they
calling it that.
regularly crush.
I'm hating this shard, but my eye's still not working.
You are not hating enough.
Codex.
So they actually did have a codex.
Attention! I am your lector on the basics of the Black Templars. Boy,
Yes?
what are the Black Templars?
Crazy?
Space Marines?
Your answer is only half correct,
Huh?
much like your eyesight.
Oh, jeez.
Chapter? Is it chapter?
Yes, this is correct. They are a Space Marine chapter, but they function in drastically different ways from the likes of the Ultramarines or the White Scars. Do you remember the White Scars?
Yes. They use bikes and hit the enemy when they don't think they will be attacked. Their chapter theme is about savaging the enemy tribes and bringing all humans together as one.
Hummins.
They also have mustaches.
An
A
acceptable
nice choice.
answer. A bit on the shallow end, but good enough. What about the Ultramarines?
They're blue, and their symbol's a toilet.
Hey, look at boy. He doesn't know who the Ultramarines are. Point at him and laugh.
Hear me, boy, for I will only say this once.
I listen.
The Ultramarines are
They're even doing the tone behind it.
From the gene seed of the Primarch Rubuti Gilliman, they pride themselves
Rubuti, yeah, that's
immensely
how you
on
say
their
it.
fanatical loyalty to the Space Marine Chapter doctrine. That is the Codex Astartes, which their Primarch bend. Their tactics are very conventional and orthodox.
They
thus
work,
their
though.
Marines can be expected to fill any form of battle role for any
Ultramarines
kind
player.
of war, while also excelling at most of them
And
to
studies.
boot.
So, what's the punchline?
There is none. I am genuinely sick of shitting on the Ultramarines.
What? He gets tired of that?
You have shat upon the Ultramarines? Oh, that would have been a sight. How do you even defecate, my Emperor?
How does he?
That it was not too hard nor too soft.
His
Fucking
humor is
damn,
scarier than
please
his
be
anger.
quiet in class.
So yes, boy, looking at these 2 chapters and the information provided thus far, tell me about the Black Templars.
I think they are a Space Marine chapter, dedicated far more than most to the utter annihilation of all Xenos, like the Orcs, all traitors, like the creepy Koaz priest, and all
They're still
mutants,
doing. Oh, yeah,
like
because the
my
sensor's
friend
still on.
Billy. They're incredibly
Billy?
destructive in battles and prefer to fight with close combat weapons, so they can personally make certain the filthy Xeno-heretic mutant is slaughtered. They're also probably not loyal to the Codex Astartes, sort of like the White Scars, but more. I extrapolates this from the fact that they are Dadorable's sons.
You know the word extrapolate?
And I know Dadorable doesn't like the Codex Astartes very much, and what with their aggressive
Or
and obsessive
Dadorable.
nature, I'm sure they are actively rebelling the usage of the Codex in its entirety.
Damn.
Did anyone murder and replace Voyager?
I don't know. I couldn't hear a word of that garbled mouth salad. Stop making consecutive noises, boy.
Shh, you be quiet now. This boy did something an actual cognitive life form would do for once. So,
This
let's
Emperor
give him
spoke to
credit
him, he
where
got
it is due.
smarter.
My tendons are responding with delightful tugs. Yes.
Run away, boy! Run to
yes,
Hellbrick if you have
are
to.
Correct, boy.
Yay.
Good job, boy. I am proud.
Hey, I can learn things too. Remember the Space Wolves?
Did you learn how to read the
Space
numbering
corgis.
between the last
Get it right.
cast and this one?
No, my Emperor, I did not.
He does not know how to read. Everyone point at him and laugh.
They're actually doing it.
No. Can you tell me more about
Newt?
your friend, Billy? Specifically that bit about him being a mutant.
All right, let me use this as a SEGUE before it gets
Does this
weird.
mean the Black
Mutants
Templars are going to try and
allowed on
siege
Terra's
Terra now?
holy ground. None! Fuck!
This is exactly what I wanted to talk about. While I can appreciate your hatred for the Xenos and the traitors, your hatred for river dolphins is a bit too much.
River what?
First, however,
They're
tell me
back to the
how
dolphins.
What is your understanding
Sorry,
of the mutant?
Doblins. My
There is
apologies.
no understanding the mutant. The non-standard human phenotypes are filth born defected.
How about
from
you when your face looks like
perfect
it's been
design?
taken off, removed, and
Spiritual
re-stitched back
corruption
on?
taking the form
Badly
of
and upside down.
malformed fucking deviants.
Here's the thing, though. They are still human.
I am not sure I understand.
We get that one.
Are you sanctioning all mutants in this galaxy, my Emperor? Why?
Well,
Yeah.
I'm saying,
Why?
I am
It's
saying
breaking
Are you
him.
saying we have been wrong in slaying
Yes.
these alien crossbreeds,
I'm
these
saying
They actually can
alien
crossbreed?
monstrosities,
I'm
these
saying that.
telekinetic madmen, these beings with the countenance of actual literal sharks?
Ooh,
Are
cool.
you saying this, my Emperor?
There's shark people?
Perhaps you-
Why?
Perhaps
even
you
mute
should
button?
give them a chance to be checked for sentience, intent, and loyalties before making the call about murdering them or not. And in the case of psychers, you could always call on the black ships to pick them up, you dumb idiot. That is exactly what they are there for.
But But why?
Because you're not
Why
good at your
not
job.
Just murder them? That is both easier and safer.
No, it's not.
Through the lens of imperial legislation, so would it be safer to dissolve the Black Templars in their entirety, and by entirety, I mean in your whole,
Is it gonna explode?
unsupervised entirety.
But why? Why, my emperor? Fucking why?
Because you are a literal legion of self-righteous, religious lunatics that regularly murders my people. And do not try to grok shit me by trying to justify your massacres of the innocent. Because then you are doing nothing but proving my point further.
You just choked.
Not point out hypocrisy.
But they are mutants. They rebel against
Point out the hypocrisy,
humanity.
please point it
Anyone who
out.
takes action and
I want to
rebels
see him
against
point it out.
humanity, you are allowed to
Dornian
put
heresy
down,
must
but
continue.
not all river dolphins rebel.
What? Dolphins? What?
Not all mutants rebel.
But they do!
No, they're just trying not to get
your
killed by you.
perfect form with their unnatural powers and fuck ugly faces!
In that same vein, you are rebelling against me for being bald and having a stupid perma-frown.
But I can fix this!
No, you can't.
I can get hair transplants! I will get hair transplants, my emperor! I am no rebel! I can also get plastic surgery!
Oh god, a
please,
pretty
my
marine.
emperor. I am no rebel! I will be beautiful for you!
I think you just fell in love with the eugenics strap.
Oh my god.
Just because you can get hair transplants does not mean you can grow actual hair. This effectively means you are deviating from my being, this perfect form you keep screaming about. I had hair as flowing and beautiful as a pooling waterfall in a lush oasis, yet your head is as barren as fucking Talarn.
No!
Is he trying to kill him? I think he is.
My head is heresy!
Is he gonna cut it off?
Loathe the hairless head, for it is impure!
Oh my god, he's breaking.
Before you fucking scalp yourself.
He's probably going to.
I do not mean I want you to commit catalucide in my name, you deranged
Catalucide?
cube ball. In fact, I do
Oh.
not want you,
He's
nor
getting
your
ahead.
Templars, to slam down your gigantic fucking pressure levels on any more humans, no matter how wretched they may look. Unless, of course, they are actual for real no-holds-barred peer-reviewed and certified traitors of humanity.
They're doing a lot of peer review today, aren't they?
But my emperor, they cause unrest and rebellion wherever they go. If we were to spare them, war would break loose.
You mean like what you do anyways?
Okay, how about this? Let us start with some baby steps. Just like how you can get hair transplants to fill that blank space on your round, glossy head. you
Oh
can
god, if he
simply
comes back, he's gonna have a
call on
massive,
black ships in the
massive,
case of the
massive hair.
Cyclops. And as for the rest, you can just cover up their fuck ugly faces with blankets or masks or full body suits or whatever else. Really,
put
I do
paper
not care
bags
all
on
too
their
much
heads,
what
oh
you
my
do as
God.
long as you do not straight up murder them in cold blood. It is a waste of resources, time, and fluids. Save your hate for an orc. They are just as ugly as any given mutant.
And more likely to
save
actually try and
how
kill
many
you.
Marines you have in the Black Templars. I would say you are expending a few too many bolts on fish faces and bratlings.
I understand them.
No, you don't.
The odious mutant numbers will be thinned by us no more.
We are making great progress, correct? Can you not feel your inner hatred evaporate and rise like steam off your skull plate of a head?
No, my emperor, I remain absolutely
Probably more than he was
fucking
before.
Do not worry, it is merely your slow idiot brain that has yet to catch up with the fact that you are a changed man. Your hatred will dissipate, much
No,
like your
won't.
legion. If the High Lords or the Inquisition found out about the actual number of Marines under your command,
Those fools have no power over us. What great deed have they performed that can match ours? We have continued your great crusade in
You
your
kinda turned the wrong
absence,
way, though.
having gone through the galaxy for 10,000 years without pause. We have no time for their mindless bureaucracy and petty squabbles. What we do with
He's
our
broadcasting this
crusade
to. Oh, he has no
is none
idea.
of their business.
I have to say that is rather impressive. While I hesitate to call it anything other than a crazy train going on a murder tour throughout the galaxy, your chapter is more loyal to my original edicts concerning the Space Marine
Oh, yeah,
regions
they are.
than any other chapter. Hey boy,
Yes, my lord?
do you know how many Space Marines there are in a Codex compliant Space Marine chapter?
Only 1,000, right?
It's 1,000, right?
Correct. Now, guess how many the Black Templars have?
Ooh. 30? Closer to a legion?
Maybe 3,000? That's 3 entire chapters in one. That's a lot.
Interesting. What does the Black Templar Codex say about this?
Well, it is rather vague. Yes, it is only an estimate, but it says between 5,000
I was hoping it was in the tens. Damn.
6,000 Marines.
Still, that's a lot.
Are in the Black Templars.
Holy Mundus plain!
Stop that,
That's practically an entire legion.
Oh, the West Coast world.
Legume.
Oh no.
Does that mean it's Legume Soup Day?
Furthermore, it also says that the only
Rogel's
one who
breaking.
knows the true number of Marines and the Black Templars is the High Marshal himself.
Does he
Time to
remember
spill those
numbers?
Templar beans.
So it is Legume Soup Day?
Silence. Relax. Your crusade is not ending.
Oh, that actually calmed him down?
Good, that's good.
Promise
In
of future
that
violence.
case, yes, we are 6,551 strong.
He remembers every one? Wow.
Smashing.
Wow, numbers.
I quite enjoy your numbers. As I said, it is the closest we can get to an actual legion in this day and age. Your chapter is living proof that the strict laws against legion building are entirely unnecessary.
Oh, yes! Yes!
If a single chapter
Him happy is
capable of
scarier
bringing
than him
over
just
6,000
angry.
Marines into its fold, while also remaining loyal for over 10
Eh,
millennia,
loyal
I
is
do not
debatable.
see why other chapters could not do the same. In fact, every single chapter in existence should strive to reach the same heights. Renounce that shitty legislation, and start building legions again, I say.
Sir, perhaps this should be discussed in finer detail with the High Lords before being properly legislated.
No, considering the High Lords,
Heard
no.
our Emperor? Fuck the rules, they are dead! Hear me, my Astartes brothers! Join us
Oh my
on
God!
our eternal crusade in the name of our
Does this mean that
Emperor.
Black Templars will be defending Terra against the bro trip?
Heretics and fuck!
Hold your throat, gross. Hellbreak, we have more to discuss before I let you loose upon the galaxy once more. Codex Stripper, proceed.
Oh, yes.
Oh, he's the
As
stripper. I thought they all were.
established, The Black Templars do not adhere to the Codex Astartes, but instead follow the Oath of Sigismund.
Oh?
They are a fleet-based chapter, of course, with no official
Sigismund
homeland
was one of the Dorn's guys.
whatsoever.
Oh, that's who he wanted to
Crusade
punch.
with a
Okay.
planet. Believe me, we have tried this.
What?
Right, yes, so...
A planet
the
ship?
closest
Ooh,
thing
cool.
they have to a fortress monastery is the High Marshal's own Gloriana-class battleship called...
The Eternal Crusader is not a fortress monastery.
Oh?
Only weak, feeble conformists submit to the will of a book. The Eternal Crusader is the sacred spiritual home of we Templars, having been our esteemed father Rogel Dawn's favorite space boat during the early days of the Great Crusade. The greatest
He's
of
so gonna piss him off now.
Yes, it's great. Incredibly great. Not a fortress monastery, of course. It's just your spiritual home and the base of operation.
I thought the
And,
phalanx
of
was
course,
with
a great
the
boat.
irons.
I'm
The
certain
Imperial
its
Fist, though.
musky engineeriums vibrate your pancreas just right. Anyway,
I do not have pancreas. A filthy orc took them in glorious
Ooh.
battle. I made him choke on them.
Okay, that's actually pretty
Quiet for
hardcore.
just a moment, Sir Knight.
Silence is for the grave.
You're standing in a Palisades grave right now, so shut.
Oh, yeah, technically he's right.
Yup. So,
That is a giant
the
corpse on
Black
the throne.
Templars are almost entirely fleet-based, and they are rarely assembled in their entirety. They are instead divided into a number of smaller crusades.
And almost
going off on their
functionally
own.
compliant by accident.
That's what I mentioned earlier. Remember that, Adorable? Remember when I mentioned that? Because I did. I did.
God, he
mention that.
hates Rogel so much.
If the Templars' crusade is actually just many crusades going on at the same time, is it really a crusade?
Of course it is.
It might be less confusing if you called the smaller crusades sub-crusades, like Sir Eggplant smartly did earlier. I mean, sorry.
The boy is smarter than most of the Imperium now because the Emperor talked to him.
So our holy crusades are beneath the title of crusade
Boy is probably
to you?
dead.
Is that what you are saying, small person? I will teach you to respect our fucking terminology, you sub-sized, subhuman piece of shit!
Whoa, hey now.
Shut your mouth, Sigismund. I'm tired of your constant, overly aggressive.
And he done.
You will learn to
He's
take
done.
criticism,
He's talking.
or I will personally assign you to an anger management class in the Eye of Terror. Am I making myself clear?
Did you just call me Sigismund?
I highly recommend you take the Century.
And he started to pick up on it.
The furious fire burning in your loins are like frail embers compared to the cold abyss of rage you are about to drop into.
Yeah!
I
Because
do not
Rogue will
understand
contain
a
it
word of
rather
what
than
you
letting it
just
out.
said,
It's scarier then.
Emperor, but I shall abide by you.
Oh, he didn't.
So,
He didn't pull
the
it together
Black
yet.
Templars only have a few crusades ongoing at any given time. The size of these crusades vary entirely based on necessity, depending on wherever they are intended to operate.
Just imagine if the Black Templars decided to deploy their entire legion in a single operation. The conflict would be over before a single guardsman regiment has the time to go down.
That's probably why they don't do it. They lack the killing.
Is optimism anathema to you?
Yes.
Yes.
So, the crusades are most often fairly simple in their final goals. Find planet, reconquer planet, kill all hostiles.
And everyone's a hostile,
When a
right?
world has been conquered by the Black Templars, they usually set up chapter keeps, which serves as potent reminder that the Emperor is always watching, in the form of giant, angry bolter monks playing Lincoln Loyalist songs at full blast all day.
Lincoln Loyalist. Oh my god.
Tasteful.
The primary purpose of these forces, to act as
I've actually heard
fascist
the song
nightclubs,
Stringstorm did
is
for
to
it.
find new recruits from the planet's
Purging with my
populations,
kin.
as well as acting as staging posts for future crusades.
I am certain their recruitment requirements is for the potential recruit to approach the building and make a personal noise complaint.
I mean, yeah. If you're courageous enough to do that, knowing what ill fate awaits you, you deserve to become a space marine.
You speak of our sacred recruitment trials like they are some kind of
Wait, that was accurate?
Stop.
Yes, they are a
And he
bit
just sounded like Rogel for a second there.
crazy, when it comes to choosing the cream of the crop, as they say. Each and every single Black Templar is a champion and a hero of hundreds of campaigns, allegedly. And even before that transition from small boy to strong superhuman, it is made certain that only the recruits with true potential are picked out. Many are harvested from fierce warrior cultures on the deadliest of death worlds, just to make sure they are a stocky bunch even before the increased muscle growth is administered.
You know, considering these chapter keeps are their primary, if not sole, recruitment drives, it sounds strange to the point of contradictory that a majority of recruits are from fierce warrior cultures on death worlds. I mean, how often do death worlds need reclaiming when compared to, say, hive worlds, or forge worlds, or even agri worlds? I would have thought the Black Templars had their keeps erected on such planets rather than death worlds and the like, considering the fact that populated planets are more at risk of being attacked and pillaged by Xenos invaders.
You are naive, Sir Nude Man.
Rude.
Our chapter keeps are most often built
Is his
upon
voice
worlds
calming
that
down
have
as
not
the-
yet been conquered
I think it's
by
getting
the
smoother.
Imperium.
Or I'm getting used to it.
Just like our Emperor had in the early days of the Great Crusade, we continue to reunify the Imperium with mankind's lost tribes across the stars.
So, you often deal with humans, not yet enlightened by our glorious overlord, then?
We spread his light wherever we go.
And I see where this is going.
Tell, what do you do with these tribes upon
Murder them?
finding them?
We rip out whatever primitive religion established in the years of solitude by its roots, and replace it with the sacred edicts of our God Emperor. Anyone who looks the least bit suspicious is to be summarily purged like the fucking heretic that they are.
Naturally.
As is the case with your name, iconography, titles, and organization, we are going to have to work on your stupid, archaic terminology, but that will be for another time.
Because the word
Continue.
purging is too religious for him.
Right, so when a recruit has been well, recruited, they are subjected to the most punishing selection regimes imaginable
Listening to his
make
voice.
sure they are worthy of joining the Eternal Crusade. The Templar chaplains ensure that the recruits are strong of spirit, and the chapter apothecaries check them down to the cellular level.
They can do that?
Just to make entirely certain that they are free of the taint of mutation. As well as strong enough to live through the training they will be
Oh, they're actually gonna...
to.
Oh,
That's insane.
that's surprisingly thorough.
Boy, never say never. Do not give up on your dreams.
I miss my eye.
Do regularly check people down
I
to the
think
cellular
Rogel wants
level
Boy
just
to be
make
one of
sure
his now.
They are not mutants.
Yes!
That is just fucking pedantic. You sound more like a bunch of insane house despots beset with germophobia. Ban you Space Marines. Stop that immediately, please.
But,
Wait, sorry, my lords. I got a question.
What thoughts move in your tiny mind, boy?
Well, the Adorable told me stuff about the Codex Astartes book before, and can you please, tell me again what the thing was about the companies?
There are 10 companies in a Codex-compliant chapter.
Yes, and each of them have a captain and a chaplain, and then
Apothecary?
Apachikar?
Apothecary, yes. Get to the point, please.
Right, so each company only has 2 of those last ones, but the Templars have, like, 1,000,000 or something?
What?
What do you mean?
we do?
I mean, they have 1 Apache guy and 1 chaplain for each chapter keep. And from what I've heard, they build chapter keeps on each planet they take over.
So either they've taken over very few planets, or the numbers are wrong.
A lot of years, long time. There must be many planets taken over.
I understand what Boy is trying to tell us.
You do?
He is saying
Yeah.
that there must be a ridiculous amount of apothecaries and chaplains barked out in those Blackstone cavalries.
Or they just destroy the planets and
More
move
so than
on.
any other chapter, in fact.
Why deploy a dozen specialist
And-
per chapter when you can make 1,000?
I can appreciate that to certain extents, albeit these Marines might end up as shadows of true Astartes with their respective titles simply plastered on to create an air of authority. Compared to the few dedicated specialists in other chapters, the Black Templars specialists deposited on some tribal rock for the remainder of their service cannot possibly retain their fervor as Space Marines.
Do not worry, my Emperor. We never allow our Templars a moment of laxity, even if they are stationary. We
Oh
make
God, how are they
sure
gonna do
that
it?
The Black Templar of the Eternal Crusade always has something to fight. Be it Xenos, heretics, local fauna, unruly citizens, planetary tides, or severe anxiety.
That's the only thing I have.
I love how the
That and
tides
whatever
came
disease
before
inflicts our
anxiety.
lungs.
And the darkness in my right eye.
Once a recruit has begun his training, he becomes a so-called
Oh my
neophyte.
God.
This, of course, means he has to sever all links to his previous life.
Probably
and
pretty
begin
easy.
a
He'd
life
probably kill everyone
dedicated
else.
to the Eternal Crusade. The neophyte then proceeds to train in the Chapter Keep, and once deemed ready, is transported to one of the Black Templar Crusades.
And where do they go from there?
Die.
Do they have something similar to a scout company? As Codex-less as they are, even the Space Wolves have neophyte divisions in the form of blood.
I thought they were called Neofuck
I cannot
Division.
see the Black Templars doing something worse than stuffing their neophytes into power armor and having them act as assault troops.
They probably do. Why is he laughing?
Ominous laughter.
No, sorry, it's just that instead of having a scout company or dedicated neophyte division
Yeah?
with teachers specialized in raising new Marines, the Black Templars instead have their neophytes separated one by one.
No.
And then sent to individual Black Templar
Oh,
battle
like squires.
brothers. These brothers are called initiates, and they are to teach the young neophytes the ways of war and the sacred rituals of their chapter.
Wait, an initiate? Like a neophyte is given to another neophyte, or what?
No, I mean...
What do you mean?
An initiate is a battle runner.
Of course he'd be a battle brother, but he's not a full Marine if he's an initiate, is he?
No, I mean...
He is. An initiate is the term used for regular battle brothers in the Black Templars.
So what's a full Marine?
Thank you.
What?
That is dumb.
Yeah.
That is dumb. Thank you, my Emperor.
I suppose they do not mean initiate as in someone who has been initiated, but rather an initiator. Someone who is initiating the initiates, you know?
Nope.
Confusing, but
technically
technically functionally correct.
Still dumb.
Why can't they just call them battle brothers?
Yeah, see? Even Boy thinks it's dumb. Even Boy thinks it's dumb.
Stop criticizing our holy edicts, unclothed one!
No, Professor Emperor is going to allow this.
Professor
It is valid
Emperor.
criticism, and you must take this verbal whipping for allowing such confusing terminology to plague the minds of your initiates.
Oh,
Do you
God.
mean the initiates or the initiate battle brothers?
Obviously both, you fucking grease bomb.
Makes sense, I guess.
Just to move on a little
Oh, yeah,
bit.
because he did
so
slide everywhere.
Each neophyte is given to a fully fledged battle brother. in the
Rogue's been
chapter,
very quiet.
who is then expected to train the neophyte.
Expecting to hear like a
pupil, yes?
steam sound coming from him.
Correct. Each neophyte receives their own personal tuition and training by their initiate.
They
are
have to
taught
pay
about
tuition?
the chapter's history, its secrets, and the responsibility that comes with the Templar
I guess running a fleet is
bloodline.
expensive.
It is quite non-metaphorically a chapter dedicated to homeschooling. I understand quality control is not part
Oh
of
my
your
God,
asinine
really?
curriculum.
Yeah, we find our system works much better than what that awful
To be fair,
Codex
squires are a
demands.
very standard part
Now,
of
neophytes are
religious
allowed to
history and
fight
when it comes to
side by
crusades, so
side
it's
with
not
our
actually that
battle
odd.
brothers and learn from their example. In return, these children learn to obey their masters without question, doing his every
Oh, no.
bidding,
Don't
be it
go where I
performing
think you're
domestic
going.
chores, preparing feasts, or rinsing fluid recovery systems. A solemn oath is sworn by the Templar to train his neophyte, and will do so until the neophyte is ready to become a fully fledged battle brother, or until either of them
Okay, didn't go where I
dies.
thought it was going.
Did you
Actually okay with that.
copy-paste your recruitment program from an old medieval tome?
See?
What?
You could have just as well gone the full mile.
Call
and
them
called
squires?
your
Oh,
neophytes
wow, he's even going for
squires,
it.
Because that is what they are.
Yeah,
They are
yeah,
squires
crusades,
to
squires
your
makes
knights.
sense, knights.
They are servants of a Templar looking to become
Oh,
a Templar
Templars,
themselves.
squires,
It
yeah.
is an ancient system that I cannot believe an organization of Space Marines has unironically picked up on.
The shame.
Professor Emperor can feel his bones rattle on a molecular
Because
level.
they create
Make it
warriors, not
stop.
soldiers.
Excuse me, but aren't squires those silly, thin-limbed walkers that follow Imperial knights around?
I actually don't know what those are.
My Imperium is so fucking stupid.
He's just
Go
so
on further.
depressed.
Over a period of years serving their initiates, the neophyte receives all necessary genetic
Oh, they do it over
inputs.
years.
It is the initiate's decision as to when the neophyte has finished his training. Only then is the neophyte given his black carapace and his power armor.
Excuse me, Lord, but I have a question.
What boggles your brain, boy?
What happens if an initiate dies before training is done?
They're dead.
Well, according to this, if the neophyte's training is incomplete,
They'd probably kill him, right?
Another initiate would take him
Oh.
under his wing, but only if the initiate deems the neophyte worthy of his wisdom.
Oh fuck no, how would that even work? What if a neophyte, for whatever reason, is rejected by every single initiate nearby?
Well, they got
What
6,000 to
happens
choose
him
from.
Then?
Perhaps he is sent back to his home planet.
Probably killed.
What if he already has loads of implants?
I do not see how that could be an issue unless the gene seed is already implanted, sir. That's the only part of an Astarte's anatomy that has any semblance of true worth.
And what happens if the gene seed has been implanted?
Then would he be
Do they
full?
desperately
Oh, because
attempt
it's
to
based
surgically
on
remove it, killing the neophyte?
someone's
Making a lot of
impression,
assumptions
not
here. Why don't you
actually
let
having
Helbrecht
everything.
answer this one.
This hypothetical situation does not happen in our chapter, my Emperor.
Is there like a guaranteed
So
person who
you
accepts
do
them?
not have to worry.
This is not very reassuring.
If it were to happen, it is clear to see that it was the will of the Emperor, you, my Emperor, that said neophyte was not meant to enter the
And they killed him.
Templars.
So what do you do with him? If the gene seed has already been implanted, the only thing you can really do is to not waste this precious, limited resources to still keep him around until his progenoid glands have grown new gene seed, then kill him and extract it.
kinda answered your own question there.
Yeah.
That sounds like an excellent idea.
Which means they weren't doing it.
We shall employ this strategy in future instances of this happening. Shoving them into the meat grinder has not been the most peerless of tactics.
Even if this occurrence is as infrequent as you make it out to be, I would greatly prefer you not waste significant resources
Okay.
and to prepare
Never
an
eat with
initiate,
them.
only to kill him because he cannot be properly schooled and due to your inept trading hierarchy.
Well,
Nevertheless, continuing on, when a neophyte has finished his
Soylent
training,
Green,
he then
made of
becomes
Black
an
Templars.
initiate himself.
Still as confusing as ever.
Initiates are organized into Crusader squads, which are the most numerous squads in the chapter.
They're actually really
These
damn cool
Crusader
looking.
squads form the backbone of the fighting companies that are organized within the Black Templar Crusades.
So they do use companies after all.
Yep.
Well, sort of. See, each crusade in the Templars' Eternal Crusade is led by a marshal, or alternatively, the High Marshal.
that is I.
The leader of any given crusade sections his crusade into fighting companies, if it is large enough to warrant splitting up. After this, a Marine out of the Sword Brethren, the Marshal's honor guard, will be elected to the role of Castellan, the leader of the fighting company.
I thought that was the name of a
So
robot.
all of their organization is fleeting? Not even their captains are permanent?
Neither the Castellans nor the fighting companies are permanent. In fact, their entire organizational structure is incredibly independent and improvised. Marines
So
will
basically
fight
they follow
not
the
out of any
Crusades
form of
method.
imposed organization, but strictly out of
Of course, Black
familiarity
Templars.
and
That
comradeship.
makes sense, actually.
It is also worth pointing out that none of these squads have dedicated veteran sergeants.
Oh.
As all warriors who excel in
Because they
combat
wanna believe
are
everyone is,
elevated
okay.
to the rank of Sword Brethren, serving with their Marshal or High Marshal.
Allowing any force, especially one as huge as the Templars, to
Wait, does that mean the
organize
6,000
themselves
Sword
is a
Brethren are the
mistake,
ones he
about
counted there?
as huge as the giant
And not-
3D
oh,
pom-pom
it's even
Magnus
bigger.
has hanging from his head.
That's the red.
The chances of squad segregating from the rest of their forces not only likely, it is an inevitability. By allowing these Marines, without a veteran to keep them in line, mind you, to form squads exclusively with those that they prefer the company of, an isolationist mindset of innate elitism will start festering in their minds. This will eventually lead to them seeing their fellow Black Templars as less or merely for existing outside of their self-ordained group of best Marines.
Are you sure you're not getting overly worried about a problem that isn't as recurrent as you might expect?
Oh, it's probably recurring.
You are underestimating the intrinsic self-interest in all of mankind. No one is beyond.
I'm gonna be with the
no
Emperor on
matter
this
the
one.
amount of psycho-indoctrination.
A rather pessimistic point of view, even I would hesitate
40K,
to subscribe
it makes
to,
sense.
has to be said.
Everything's pessimistic.
But, actually, I have another question. Something unrelated to the organization of the Templars, finally. Seeing as how the Black Templars look at psychers and see mutants undeserving of
Oh,
life,
would they even have
how
it?
do
No, they
the
wouldn't.
Templars do basic things like travel through space or send astropathic messages?
Very slowly.
Both are ridiculously important to the Templar way of warfare, seeing as they are both fleet-based and spread out all across the galaxy. They must still make use of astropaths and navigators, yes?
No chapter in the galaxy could function without these psychers. Especially not the Black Templars.
Allow me to explain.
Oh no.
Yes, the Black Templars are unfortunately cursed in having to deal with these abhorrent psychers for all eternity. But the psychers we do make use of are exclusively those serving non-combat roles, as to distance all our warriors from the taint of the warp. Those psychers that are allowed to serve us must have repented for the strain their existence causes on humanity, and must have been sanctified by those imperial organizations dedicated to such vile tasks.
How would you expect to cleanse the adult?
Oh, no, this is gonna be scarring, isn't
mutation
it?
From all of mankind.
What am I saying?
When
Of
you
course
allow
it is.
mutants to work under your very willies.
We figured we would kill them last.
What great planning. I suppose you could decommission
Well, it's an endless
yourselves
crusade, so I
straight
might
after
figure out to
considering
never-
The general consensus amongst certain organizations is that Space Marines, too, are undesired mutants and strains on human society.
Wouldn't be the first time you've given such an order, sir.
Could you stop chiming in with your passive-aggressive
He's
quips
not wrong.
No. I think not.
And he's
Getting a bit frustrating.
No, I share that sentiment. I just feel this constant urge to point out all the hypocrisy I can find, and I just cannot stop doing it.
I love this guy even more now.
Why, though?
I'm just honest with myself and with you. I don't know. After 10,000 years, I guess I've just kind of lost it.
Kind of?
Something that is sort of making my blood pressure go haywire right now.
What?
Especially with our Emperor's measurement techniques in mind. See, I just cannot help but compare this little discussion to a certain council that our glorious overlord decided to have a while back.
The Council of Nicaea was in a different time, and different actions were required to safeguard mankind.
And they didn't work!
The trial of Magnus the Red was a reactionary fuckfest where ignorant, self-deceiving sectarians were allowed to spew their sheltered judgments over a legion and a Primarch closer to you than any other.
Oh,
And you,
maybe Horus.
of course, both allowed it and legislated in favor of it. And now, few years later, you are criticizing the exact thing that you and your more ignorant sons did back in the day. Hypocrisy, hypocrisy, hypocrisy.
You are correct.
Oh,
Wait, what?
am I?
Is he?
The children who stood against Magnus and his psychers that day were
And he's
exactly
pushing it off on
the
everyone else.
isolationists that are ruining the Imperium to this day. Magnus was absolutely correct in his claim that being feared.
I love
from
he's
the
only
unknown
saying this
is
when
the mark
Magnus
of
can't
the
be there to
ignorant.
hear it.
However, my edict was not unjustified, and allowing Magnus to go free would have led to my other sons doubting my judgment.
You know,
Just
like they do every
imagine
other time?
Horus had Lehman, Rogel, and Corvus on his side in addition to his original roster. Getting the Black Templars to stop murdering psychers is a far cry from the decision I made during the council. So, while you are correct, you are of course also incorrect, so please secure your stupid cone-headed face, you ghastly, naked coas apologist.
Only as long as you start plugging up those cadaverous orifices all over your corpse, because you are leaking several bathtubs worth of liquid hypocrisy every day.
Damn!
All the harder to clean up when I'm constantly reminded of the giant asshole it dribbled out of.
That is it! How dare
I didn't
you
expect
insult
them to be the
our
ones to
Emperor
break
in
first. I
such a
thought it would be
manner?
Rogel.
You are supposed to be a custodian guard.
Oh, so he's a guard, he's a shield kind.
Angry
Okay.
corpse, that's what I am.
And I am apparently a fucking babysitter to a bunch of spoiled, unclothed men children.
Yeah, that's actually
For
accurate.
10
Yeah,
damn
he is.
millennia. Guess we are all suffering in here. Absolutely fantastic.
You know,
Oh god, the least
looking
hateful
back
person in
at
the
this
room is the Black Templar.
I don't feel mutants should be killed as much as normal humans should be. It's the normals who are the ignorant ones. It's the normals who define what's decent and what's not. It's the normals who constantly demand better living standards while abhorring the perma-hobo mutants. It's the
Perma-hobo?
normals who insist on wearing clothes all the damn time.
And we reached the
normals
argument he
are
was going for.
disgusting. We should bomb them.
Holy shit, no! Stop!
Please do not kill my family.
Shut up, boy! I'm trying to stop him from killing your dumb family, and you're interrupting
Stop
me!
bullying the boy.
Crap, what the fuck is going on?
They're all breaking it! They're all...
bastard.
And they're...
All the normals.
I'm sure our glory is over.
Okay, this is hilarious. I love the fact that the Black Templar is the calmest one. And this is so wrong, and I love it.
Threshold is bordering on coatic skeletis.
Stop criticizing my clothing!
Maim, kill, burn! Maim, kill, burn! Maim, kill, burn!
Shut up!
I only wear the most fashionable buckets.
Are they gonna summon a Chaos God? Maim, kill, burn. What the hell is happening?
Silence! I understand now.
What?
I understand what you are trying to teach me. So
Oh, no.
please stop yelling!
Not exactly the intent, but go on.
Oh god, he just
I
get it by
see
seeing
now
them be
the
idiots?
folly of our ways.
Oh god, he did.
I have been blinded by my hatred that I am not seeing clearly. As you have demonstrated, the hatred in one's soul cannot be
It
allowed
worked!
to fester like it has. It must be exercised, culled, and tempered before it is unleashed.
No, it didn't!
We must not allow ourselves to act rash nor assume the worst.
Oh,
That
jeez.
path leads to dark places and loud screaming.
Like he was doing before.
Yes, exactly.
Precisely what we meant.
Yes, of course.
He's just running with it.
Yeah, I don't want to kill no normals.
He just wants to wear nothing, and everyone else doesn't like it.
Please tell me what you wish of us, and I shall return to my chapter and spread your word.
Oh my god.
An excellent suggestion.
There's gonna be
My
calm
primary
black
demand
Templars
is
and
that
everyone's
you
gonna
stop
freak out.
fucking around with overt fanaticism, get yourselves organized more properly, and do not subscribe to this insanity-driven martyrdom garbage that the ecclesiarchy has been peddling. In addition, I actually came up with an idea.
It isn't a council, is it?
I wish to send a few.
I wonder if we'll have a Bring
let's
Celestine in
call
here.
them
That'd be an interesting one to talk
Transfer
about.
Brothers over to your chapter.
Transfer brothers.
What does this entail, my glorious overlord?
Could someone bust open a chart of all recorded mutant phenotypes in the galaxy?
Certainly.
Huh?
Here you go, my emperor.
Interesting sound
Alright,
effect.
so these transfer brothers will be sent over to serve in your chapter and learn of your ways, while you learn to utilize these new brothers to the best of your chapter's abilities.
He's sending them mutant
Understood.
space marines.
So, who are these transfer
Oh,
brothers
no.
to be?
I would like to send over a few space marine librarians.
What?
Why are you screaming?
Librarian!
He's suppressing it.
Understood, my emperor. I am sorry. Carry on.
I would also
he's
like
trying
to send
so
over a
hard.
few Ancient Psychers to act in battle roles.
Battle Psychers!
Are you going to keep screaming for each new transfer brother I bring up?
I am sorry, my emperor, but why? It is extremely rare and unconventional for Space Marine chapters to use normal humans in battle roles.
Oh, they're not space marines. They're just straight up like.
Especially
Oh.
Psychers.
Good thing you are already using the Codex Astartes as nothing short of toilet paper.
That is actually a good point.
Continuing on, I would also like
So
to
they're
send
saying
a few
Imperial, like,
citizens
Space
with
Marine Psychers, but no, just
inquisitive
regular
minds
Psychers.
who are a bit
Oh.
too vocal about their opinions, sort of like breast pads over here.
Why?
I figured that if there is anything a self-righteous, angry space marine would have problems dealing with, it's people with opinions.
Makes sense, I suppose.
He's not even
We
disagreeing.
agree for once. Next up, I want to send some ratlings.
Really?
Shut your fucking face already. You are getting ratlings. They are to be your brothers in arms. Deal with it.
But they're so unhygienic.
That actually
And
sounds
just for
accurate.
not being able to keep your biases in check for even a minute, I am throwing in an extra mutant, like one of these felons. They look pretty wacky.
Never heard of them
Cats.
before.
Sounds like some kind of tyrannid.
Are they the
Furries.
cat people?
Cat people confirmed.
Fuck.
From now on, I will check up on you and your new transfer brothers every other Voxcast.
Oh my
to see
God!
if they still live.
They won't.
I will
They're-
send
they will
a
all be
few of
dead.
my custodians with you to act as my eyes and ears, so I will
I
know
wanna see this in an
exactly
episode.
how well you treat your new brothers.
Very well, my emperor. I am sure they will all die.
Yeah.
But I shall try to have them not die.
That is about as reassured as I can get.
Yeah.
Now, before I send you back to the giant obsidian space container from which you hail, we shall now go through some questions sent in by the citizens.
Oh,
of
they're
the
doing more
Imperium.
questions.
Oh, yes. Only the citizens of the Imperium, of course. No heretics or Xenos involved.
Of course, I shall aid you in the answering of these questions, my
I think his
emperor.
voice is actually
You
getting
need
softer.
but to lead me to them, and I
Or
shall
I'm just getting
cut
used to
them
it. I
down
really
with
can't
my
tell still.
Words.
He's trying so hard.
Right, so, first question in today's mailbag is from a being named Darth Revan, the first one, unique one. Dear fellow Emperor, I used to be an Emperor too, in the galaxy far, far away.
Really?
How I come to be here, and thou canst
They're really
be
sending
on
a
this
Star
throne
Wars
matter
reference
not.
letter.
I was wondering, since your people are showing weakness and admiration, why not abuse of it? During your time when you had still meaty bits, you have proven countless times to be superior, not perfect, sometime way too patient and unsubtle in diplomatic relations. But the gap between them, what they can achieve in their lifetime and what you would achieve in your lifetime, make your more than just an emperor. It make you a god or demigod. In adoration and veneration is only natural. If you fear for your very own existence, rely on the Primarchs. Sure, the project was in the end completely flawed, but Primarch lived way longer than us regular human could, and while beings such as Malkador and the Revenkist have proven that regular humans without any augmentation can sometimes surpass you, our life are too shorts. Passing down our teaching would require our entire lifetime. I used to believe I wasn't important, that my message was. But when my double advanced in the Republic lines, I realized how flawed my apprentices was. When I woke up millennia after my plan failed, I realized that not only I had been forgotten, that my legend stopped meaning anything, that my double charge to carry my plan until he loose control of the armies failed, because he was betrayed sooner than expected. But I have only brought ruin to the galaxy.
Oh, I get. They're playing as Darth Raven from the Knights, as if it was a clone was the player character. Okay.
My original galaxy anymore. And you, dear God Emperor of mankind, what have you done for your galaxy? What have are the good deed that will remain?
Also, the lack of formatting bugs me.
What are the scares you will left on the galaxy? The pain you will bring?
Unique one.
Yes. I used to be a great strategical and tactical genius. I heard that your previous man of pure mind and strategy died in the hand of a certain Failbadon the Harmless. Hurry, I am not a citizen of your empire. I will always answer to myself and may need, before the one of other, I have always considered my survival to outweigh the collective interest. And I might offer my services to some more interested species. I only serve a cause or myself. That is the end of the message.
Hard to read.
My answer is yes.
What?
Thank you for your question, Darth Revan. The first one, a unique one. Next question, please.
They just passed
Very
it?
good. So
Oh,
the next question
jeez.
is from Watch Captain Emil Varnell. It reads, to the most
Whoa.
magnificent man emperor of mankind.
Cool
Dear
formatting.
Emperor, I write to you today in the hopes of finding answers to a question that has been burning in the minds of my battle brothers here on Watch Fortress Airier. Since the end of the Horus Heresy, we of the Death Watch have been maintaining a vigil here in the Jericho
I'm actually
Reach,
worried about the font,
fighting
jeez.
every conceivable form of Xenos threat, traitor Legion member, even threats no other group have ever faced. But I write to you today in the hopes that you know something about the fortress we call our home. Dear Emperor, what is the Omega Vault? It has been here since we first took command of the Watch Fortress. Every Watch commander from the first
I'm actually curious about
whose
that. What
name
is
has been
that?
lost to us, to our current commander Morbigail. None of us know its origin or of its purpose. Every time it opens, the vault gives we Death Watch members some ancient tome of knowledge or a weapon. In one
Oh, I
case,
get what
an
it is.
astropath who
It's
sent
a
one
MacGuffin.
single message, then perished. There are only a few locks left, and the forces of the Xenos grow stronger.
Or a
and so I ask
Deus Ex
our
Machina
Emperor,
device.
what lies within the final chambers of the Omega Vault? Will it help us in what seems to be our darkest hour?
As
Watch
if every
Captain
hour is in
Emil
the
Varnell,
darkest in
sword brother of the
40k.
Black Templars and commander of the Iron Vindicators Squad.
What, Captain Emil? I remember you slightly. Stop asking questions above your pay grade.
What does pay mean?
It means get money, get paid.
Boy knows what pay is?
Made-up words? I think they are.
Oh, yes, you are not paid. Stop asking questions, Watch Captain.
To answer the question, I actually have
He
no
just talked
idea
out
what
because
this
that is
vault
Watch Captain.
contains. Maybe I knew at some point, but my brain is fucked. But you have no doubt piqued my curiosity. Disgusting dinosaur tech priest on the floor.
I am on the floor.
He was there?
What are you doing on the floor?
Death returned!
How about you go and look into those vaults and find out what is up? You can report to me later
The
about your
Cyber Dog is
findings.
back.
But I am but a tech priest.
I am promoting you to the rank of Inquisitor.
What?
That should provide you with everything you need. Now stop leaking oil all over my cables and get the fuck out of here.
Did he just get promoted to an Inquisitor?
Inquisitorial beating quota.
Shield Captain, help him out.
Oh, of course.
They just promoted him to an Inquisitor?
Ah, this is a throw.
Bye-bye, friends.
Oh my god.
Good. Next question.
Next question is from Nicodemus Horiah Dran, from here on Terra.
Wait,
Oh,
Airier got in?
Emperor of mankind. My name is Nicodemus
I see why he wanted me to
Horiah
watch this one.
Dran. I work as a scribe here in the Imperial Palace, and have spent several months proofreading thine autobiography.
I thought Magnus was the one doing that.
Yes. After reading the part explaining your highness's birth, a hypothesis began plaguing my mind.
Oh no.
In your autobiography,
Oh God, Airier, what
it
did you
says
do?
yours truly was born as the outcome of hundreds of shamans, or more specifically psychers, committing a mass suicide.
Wait, is he saying that he was the outcome of hundreds of shamans?
Fucking liar!
I think he just misspoke.
Wow,
So,
Airier
as
making an
word
English
gets around
mistake.
in the
How
Imperial
unforgivable.
Palace, I have heard that thine end goal is to help guide and advance the human race, to make it so that all of humanity
He laughs at
would
me in my
consist
streams. I'm
equally
getting
of
payback.
beings such as thee, my lord. If both are facts, then could it be possible to replicate the aforementioned process?
No, next.
It would not be too difficult to gather thousands of psychers together.
He's trying to end this
and
quick,
recreate
isn't he?
the process which helped thine conception. After this, it would be possible to repeat the soul merger about 65 times.
I mean, that's basically
Create
Benny
32
Gesserit from doing
males
what
and
their plan
33
was.
Females.
What?
One extra female for you, my lord, or maybe more if you lean that way.
Extra.
For the love
What?
You are not allowed to listen to this.
Rogel's
With a group of
censoring
men and
it.
women equal to you, it would be possible to start breeding program.
What?
Oh no.
Holy fucking shit.
32 couples creating 32 families that continue procreating and spreading the race of true superhumans. Eventually, these super evolved humans could start to get together with regular humans after their number has increased
This
enough.
is why the normals need to
Willing
die.
to start the process in
You
30.
say the
You
normies
could
need
deem
to
us
die.
Airier Dran of Terror.
Palace right now.
Move on. Move on.
Wow, Hoyer, you managed to piss off
next
Rogel.
question.
He even got out his shotgun
This
again.
is from Darth Charles 95. This is his actual name.
Oh my god.
I have a question for the man Emperor. Where do I send it?
I am so fucking confused.
The Administratum truly is amazing at this whole working thing.
Life finds a way.
Is
Oh my
this
god.
Darth Revan? The first one? The unique one?
Screw it. You can see the address in the description.
If you take a look at any given monitor, it should be on there as well. If you're just listening to this, you're unfortunately out of luck. Thank
Oh,
you.
you can submit questions through YouTube.
This next question is from someone who, for some reason, is named That Guy GW. He asks, "Hey Imps, how much exercise ya getting?"
Fuck you and your functioning legs. I will.
Man, Emperor, you sure do get a lot of
He just ripped the guy's legs off.
Not
Psychically.
usually this much. Where the fuck is the spam filter?
If you would allow us to murder.
No, you are not the spam filter.
Spam is the only food my family affords.
It's actually not bad.
Next question is from
Fry
one
it, put it
Fatima
with some
Kanasani,
veggies. It's actually very nice.
an Inquisitor from the Order Hereticus. 2. His Most Infallible Majesty,
Oh
the Emperor
god,
of
white
Mankind.
font, black paper. Oh god,
Lord,
no.
In the sincere hope that this missive finds no fault in your eyes, I wish to address your recent response to a self-described itinerant psyker by the name of Akalon Quelan.
That
By the misfortune of recent events, aforementioned wretch had lost his way in more than one sense. Anticipating your statement that the Inquisition was not to be disbanded, some of us had continued our work to protect the Imperium from all foes, internal as well as external, without killing any non-treasonous babies, of course. Akalon Quelan, having developed a conscience, a serious and aggravated offense in this, our entrusted
a
line of
conscience
work,
is an
needless
offense.
to
Oh
say,
god, it's probably accurate.
went absent without leave and simply neglected to report back for duty. Having worked with the ingrate for years, I am naturally severely disappointed that he has chosen to inconvenience your most magnificent self with his weedy mewlings. I therefore respectfully request, seeing as the insufferable blackguard refuses to listen to simple reason, that your most gracious self-instruct the unwholesome scapegrace to report back to work immediately. He has been overdue at the Tricorn for months, and I only
Okay, I just realized it.
knave the afternoon
They're
off.
just they're finally reporting with their
Considering
boss
that
about
he at
someone
least
coming late
holds
to
your
work
most
and missing
incomparable
days.
self
Oh
in
god.
infallible esteem, my lord, as do we all. I believe he would listen to an admonishment if coming from the Golden Throne itself. I shall, naturally, see to it that he is suitably chastened upon his return. I believe withholding his
This is
custard ration
insane.
for a month shall suffice. I will undoubtedly reduce him to a sobbing mass of tearful and self-reproach, and once he recovers, he will be able to resume his normal duties as a member of the Inquisition. By my hand, your faithful and unremitting servant.
Kinda surprised it
Fatima
involved less
Kanasani,
murder.
Inquisitor Ordo Hereticus. Formerly Almones Francesca of the Order of Crimson Oath. Ah, neat.
This is a very roundabout way of telling someone to get back to work, but sure.
I hope it's actually a real
Uncle.
person.
Get back to work.
Good luck on work.
I hope it's a real person and the boss actually sent this in knowing they're a fan.
Group is not needed in this Imperium.
That's a bit radical.
Not as radical as the fucking Inquisition trying to tell us what to do.
By the way, out of curiosity, this Inquisitor claimed to formerly have been a member of the Order of the Crimson Oath, yes?
What is that, anyways?
This is correct. That was the neat bit.
Can a Sister of Battle become an Inquisitor? Just like that?
I mean, the Tech Priest just
I do not think
did.
someone could just become an Inquisitor just like that. But I do think anyone who is vouched for by an Inquisitor could become an Inquisitor, no matter their previous occupation.
Could I become an Inquisitor?
I cannot see an Inquisitor vouching for you.
That's
I mean, they just made an Inquisitor because the Emperor vouched for him.
That creepy Tech Priest into an Inquisitor like 10 minutes ago.
Ooh, this is true.
Oh god, I
Could
did.
you grace my grundle with the burning brand of the Inquisitorial Rosette?
Fuck off, you flayed gorilla. You only want access to cyclonic torpedoes, so you can fulfill your fantasies and genocide the normals.
Yeah, probably.
Please.
Next
It's
damn
his
questions,
king.
please.
Oh
This
god.
question is from one.
There's a genocide king.
Lord
Oh
Horde
god.
of the Nihilak dynasty.
Is this a fucking Necron sending a message?
Dear Witch
Yep.
Emperor and Company, I have been informed by Overlord Trazen that on this day you will be hosting High Marshal
Oh my
Helbrecht,
god.
who I have heard has quite a history with that prick Imhotep. Please inform him that me and my fellow lords and cryptex are very pleased by his crusades against Imhotep, and he should do more of them. Currently, I have bet 500 Eldar Soulstones on the High Marshal in the next fight. Please do not disappoint me, as the sound they make when you pop them is most satisfying.
What?
P.S.
They're
our
rooting
Overlord is a
for
fan of
Helbrecht?
Lord and
Oh,
Horrible and
God.
his jokes, and asks if by any chance he has any about Necrons. All of the galaxy will bow before his magnificence, Lord Hori of the Nihilak dynasty.
I was under the impression that the Necrons were mindless automatons.
You were wrong.
Is this some sort of prank?
Probably.
Your Captain General informed me, like, several years ago, or something, that the Necrons are apparently not entirely brain dead.
Mostly.
Just a majority of them. So just like you lot.
I am so confused. Xeno scum wants me to crusade more? I agree.
It's
At the same
hurting
time,
him.
I cannot agree with alien scum.
Oh god.
Be a heretic.
It's the irony. This is the best question to ask with him.
I am crusading inwardly.
Definitely suffering a breakdown.
The Xenos have stolen my breath. Vile aliens gave it back to me.
Help him, please.
Sigismund,
Sickness what?
Helbrecht,
You got the name right.
listen to my voice. Lie down on your leather.
Is he crying?
Lie down.
We want to help you, Helbrecht. Trust me, I am a professor in all of the fields.
He probably is too.
Fields.
The battlefields
Cheese making?
upon which your inner conflict is fought. Now lay down, please.
Take deep breaths, slow and deliberate.
Use each of your lungs in slow, successive intervals.
Slower, deeper, easier. Very good. Your breathing is fine, son. Your lungs were designed for this very task. Let your breaths focus your mind.
See as the air in your lungs blow away.
I think
the
he just
fog
gave away the
clouding
game
your
if
lungs.
Helbrecht catches it.
Clearly once
Not
more.
need to unsheath your
And this
sword.
feeling you are
There is not,
experiencing
but
will
calm in all
pass.
realms surrounding
Do
you.
not worry.
Yes, I am whole. I have purpose. I am a son of Dorn. I am a space marine.
I really thought claiming Dorn as his father would actually piss off Dorn more.
Very good. I feel that is enough questions for today.
Just as well. Next up was to be a second message sent in by Darth Revan, the first one, the unique one.
Jeez.
Fuck's sake.
Thank you, my Emperor. And thank you, big, friendly Centurion. I would inquire about your name, but I assume it is not yet time.
Yes. You are welcome,
And he figured it out.
son.
I was not aware Astartes could suffer panic attacks.
The big brother Hellbreak must fight his feels as much as everyone. No amount of magic muscle juice will change how you feel
Damn,
on your
boy.
insides.
Yes, not every superhuman can be as perfect as you, boulder breasts.
I shall take this on as a compliment, and my breast is quite
Oh,
huge.
Better
God.
than my whole body.
So,
Yeah,
correct,
probably accurate.
You can expect to receive your new badge of Battle Brothers soon. In the meantime, make sure you spread what you have learned.
I love
to
the
your
fact that they
fellow
actually
Templars,
acknowledge
so
Hellbreak
you
gets
can get
exactly
your
what's
shit
going
together
on,
before the
and that
cargo
he
of
shouldn't
Transfer
mention it.
Brothers arrive.
Why would we need to gather our shit together? Do you wish us to collect it in mounds so that we may throw it at the mutants, much like how you cast yours at the Ultramarines? I will accept this order.
My science research into this very
He's the son of
specific
Dorn,
subject mentions extremely
Dorn,
high mortality
Rogaldorn,
rates
after all.
if you were to throw your shit around. What I meant to say, my miniature goal, is that you need to properly reorganize as well as prepare yourselves to only hate Xenos and heretics. Understood?
I understand.
Oh,
Member.
God.
Very good.
It's the part where he calms down
The
enough to actually sound
Sanguinary
like
class is now
Rogaldorn. It's even
concluded.
better.
I shall send you back to your totally not fortress monastery. Remember what you have learned.
I hope
and
they don't kill
please
him.
do something about that gravel road you call a voice.
I do not know what a gravel road is, but I shall spot it into submission, Emperor. Thank you.
Sure, whatever. Bye.
Oh, my God.
And that marks the end of our Voxcast, I suppose.
Affirmative. My science graphs are informing me that I need to sleep for 3 decades to fully recover from that scream fest.
Sir, I'm sorry for acting so brash. I
What?
could not help it.
Do not worry, son. It is but human nature that even one such as I can relate to.
That is understandable.
All right, citizens of the Imperium. Professor Emperor feels this case can be closed for now.
I want it actually to be a
If you take
cheese-making
away
degree that he's a
anything from
professor
this,
of.
please let it be that you should never be controlled by your hatred, that you should never judge someone by their countenance, and that you should never isolate yourself in a void of cynical elitism, unless your targets are Xenos, or heretics, or people who do not eat the taco on Fridays.
Stop right there with your bad opinions, Father.
It's obviously
GHB
Taco Tuesday.
Tuesday.
There's a lot to say about this episode, but the big point everyone has to get across right away is Taco Tuesday. Fight me. None of that Friday crap. We don't go that way. No. That lies heresy. Just... I gotta say, though, Boy is really getting cool to listen to. And I hope they adjust his character model in the next podcast, which I don't think is out yet, to show that he had to get a replacement or something. Or just, like, new eye. Because he hated it so much it fixed itself. Why not? Just... They calmed down an a Black Templar. They calmed down a Black Templar to the point where he was the voice of reason in the room. You've done something wrong when the Black Templar has to tell you to chill. Oh, God. And just, Cyberdog is now an Inquisitor. I kind of knew that was happening because one of the side episodes I had seen earlier involved him being an Inquisitor and Kitten throwing him out an airlock. It was actually a 40k theory, so I was not really sure what was going on, but apparently it came after this. I'm just really hoping for the next guest they get some of the Sisters of Battle for Celestine, because there's a lot of questions I want to get the 40k TTS opinion on, and Celestine's one of those questions like, what the hell are you? Seriously, I don't actually know. Yeah. The entire doesn't stay dead thing. So all the same, everyone, thanks for watching. There is a link down below to the whole podcast, and just check it out because it's really damn good. If you've already seen it, do it again because it definitely could just be funny. It's long enough you probably missed a few jokes, and I know I have. I might listen to it again. I actually do that. I bring Pretty Guardian up to speed and I watch it with her. It's fun. It's all the same. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'll see you in the next one. Adios.